We're going to switch gears and right now and going into SAT, completing sentences and grammar. You guys have till July 28th to register for the August SAT, and some of you have a June SAT coming up. So let's go ahead and review. Okay, this is a question. This was a real question on the SAT. Okay, this was a real question. We took it off of the SAT, and let's read through it. Critics have asserted that fine art and fashion rarely blank in a world where artists create timeless works for exhibition and designers periodically produce new styles for the public to buy. Luciano Shoshone Bannock, beadwork artist and designer Jaime Akuma, challenges this view. Her work can be seen in the Metropolitan Museum of Art and purchased through her online boutique. Okay, guys, this is not a logic exercise, because from logic, once you go here and she challenges this view and she says her work can be seen in the Metropolitan Museum of Art, okay, and then you go back up here and you can Fine Art and Fashion really cross, where if you ever have gone to Metropolitan Museum of Art, also called MoMA, you will see that there's actually beadwork on some of the paintings. So let's not get into that. Let's just look at what's going on and take a look at the words, okay? Because the logic is kind of off, which they want it to be. The test writers did on purpose so they could see who was really paying attention and revealing. Now, if we put the word prevail here, we can go ahead and say critics have asserted that fine art and fashion rarely prevail. And the prefix pre means to come before, and prevail means to stay for a while and to prevail even though competition is coming behind and just trying to move it out of the way. So it says rarely prevail in a world where artists create timeless works for exhibition and designers periodically produce new styles for the public to buy. Luciano Shoshone Bannock, beadwork artist and designer Jaime Akuma, challenges this view. Her work can be seen in the Metropolitan Museum of Art and purchased through her online boutique. So that sounds good. So that's a possibility. So we're going to check it. Say maybe. Now, if we take this next word and we place the word succumb in here, we're dealing with something else. Succumb means to fall under, and it means to go under. Cumbersome, it's like a burden, means it's gone on, So you say critics have asserted that fine art and fashion rarely succumb in a world where artists create timeless works for the exhibition and designers periodically produce. And this comes against it, and it kind of takes the meaning out. The other word we can try here is diverge. And this word here, you guys saw the movie Divergent, and you saw this in that. Diverge means, di means to, verge means to go on a different path. So diverge means to go different. So critics have asserted that fine art and fashion rarely diverge in a world where artists create timeless pieces. This creates the message of this, and if you get into diverge, remember, was it Robert Frost wrote, two words diverged in a route and I took the one less traveled by. This is like a divergence, that they're going two different ways. Okay, so produce new styles for us. Okay, we have a word in here, and designer challenges this view. So if we use this word challenges and we have diverge kind of makes the view what it is. And so you wouldn't have the need for the word challenges. So here is why this word doesn't go. You're not trying to say there's a difference, because another word for diverge is difference. or disagrees. They're not disagreeing. If you have this word challenges, you want something that is the opposite. Now let's go over the word intersect. Intersect, as we know, is like this. And we're talking about an intersection or something that is together. And here's where you want to go before you just jump to fine art, fashion. So people say, okay, Edgar Degas is rarely going to see in the world with Gucci. And that's not true, because Gucci gets his inspiration a lot from fine art, from what went on in the past, what goes on. So we know that. But we need something to help us with this. So if we write this word and we say, critics have asserted that fine art and fashion rarely intersect, meaning come together or meet at a point. Okay? You guys know this from math, your origins. Centroid when you're doing angles. Okay. Meet at in a world where artists create timeless works for exhibition and designers periodically produce new styles for the public to buy. Luciano Shoshone Bannock, beadwork artist and designer Jamie Akuma challenges this view. Her work can be seen in the Metropolitan Museum of Art and purchased through her online boutique. So this word is out. And only because we're not saying that like they do get together, they do prevail, they do exist together. We want to say that they come at a crossroad. They intersect. Fashion will be fashion. You're not going to wear your Edgar Degas painting out and put it on you, but you will wear fashion where, there's fine art on it. You'll have some Degas paintings. You'll have some, who else? Marc Chagall, Basquiat, any of them. You'll have those fashions around. That's what this is getting at. So your correct choice here was D. And if you go on Princeton Review, you go to the College Board, you're going to see that the answer was D if you chose it. Let's just think about what's going on. Take a look at this here. And then let's move on to number 3. Now this is written in the same way. Okay, on the other page, we had critics have asserted. Okay, and I won't say the beginning of this prefix. Okay, but you have it here, asserted. Assuaged mean the same. Okay, their audience that rap or pop music and opera rarely what? What word would we choose here? In areas where artists create nuanced and ephemeral works. Neither group produce new works that can be purchased by aficionados of either. Yet, and this is another one of those words, yet, however, transition words that mean, maybe turn around and look at what is going on, okay, and think about maybe there's going to be a transition, just like we saw on the other page, okay? You got to look for these, and you have to be a very, very sharp reader. Yet LL Cool J's I'm Going Back to Cali was certified as a platinum song in 2017 by the Recording Industry Association of America. Madonna donned a Marie Antoinette dress with a corset during her 1990 MTV Music Awards performance. The beginning of her performance began with Puccini's Nessun Dorma. Madonna won the 1991 best-selling International Award. Now, here we go. Rap with LL Cool J. Okay, and pop with Madonna. And what are you getting into that they intersect on? Okay, you didn't really give an example of LL Cool J with, Going Back to Cali is not rap, but it's a popular song. Okay, and there wasn't really any opera in it, but what carries it through is Madonna donned, and she was kind of in a Marie Antoinette dress, kind of looking formal, and then Pavarotti's Nessun Dorma at the beginning. And so here you go again with this word. There's an intersection. So when you have these choices, this is what's going on. And I hope this made it easier for you to understand why it's intersect. Some people still want to go with the word prevail. I have some people in the building, they're saying, why not prevail? Okay, opera, let's go over this. Rap, pop music, and opera rarely prevail in areas where artists create nuanced and ephemeral works. Okay, let's be honest with this word prevail. Is there a prevalence? Because prevalence is the noun form of that word. Prevalence is the noun, and prevail is the verb. So you have to think about why prevail doesn't work, because it means it happens all the time. It means it's completely going on, and that really is not what's happening. Okay, it doesn't go on all the time. You don't see a lot of people, maybe at the MT Music, they'll try to, for a while, they'll use, but lately people don't do that. Like Taylor Swift, a top performer, Beyonce just switched over to country western, but rarely do you see them using opera. So that's why this word is not out, because there's not a prevalence. It's not like every artist is doing this. And the same thing with the article before with fashion and with artists, with painted artists, famous artists. So this is why we want to get rid of that word, and we want to use the word intersect. That they come together to a point, usually in the middle, and then after a while, this one stays here in this quadrant, this one stays in this quadrant. That's what they're getting at. So you have to think through what it is, and if you miss this one, there are like 10 more to go, but try to talk to how you can get the chance between two words and which one makes more sense. That's all. Thanks for watching.